Yo, yo, yo.
Yo.
What's up, Dad Labs?
Yes.
We back for another beautiful episode.
Yes, beautiful episode.
It's good to see you, my guy.
I know, you too.
How you been?
Busy. Got back from vacation.
Vacation.
Then we had Easter.
Oh, Easter was fun.
Yeah, Easter was fun. There's a lot going on.
Vacation, man. What was that like?
We went on a cruise.
Ooh. Oh yeah, you said you were going to Mexico, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Ensenada. And that was good. A little nerve-wracking at first, trying to figure out if I was going to be seasick or not, and the kids being seasick.
That's what I was going to ask. Nobody got seasick?
Nobody got seasick. None of the kids got seasick. They did have that occasional, I feel funny. And I was like,
Did you eat the shrimp?
So, yeah. So it was a good introduction. It wasn't very long. It was like 4 days or something like that. So it was good.
Okay. And then did you guys get off the boat?
We did get off the boat, yeah, but it wasn't very long. We didn't get off the boat.
Did they check your passports and everything?
They didn't. They have these little like key cards. They're like key to the world or something like that.
Okay.
You scan them. They have this little iPad. It pulls up your picture, so you're fine.
And what cruise were you on?
Disney.
Oh snap! I should have known you were on a Disney trip.
Of course.
Oh, what a wonderful world, dude! How was that? Like,
there's a lot. So we had a pretty packed itinerary, but that's just how we roll.
That's how you roll.
Always. It's not very. I mean, I say it's relaxing because there's like it's interesting. It's stimulation.
Right. Continually going.
So it's like it was a lot of nonstop. A lot of once the kids got into their room, it was like shower and crash.
Yeah.
And then it was like wake up, do it all over again. Go.
Did they have a like a scheduled time where it's like adult time and like the kids take off to like do their own like kid stuff and you're like, oh, we're kid free. It's like a babysitter, right?
What is crazy is technically they have this thing called Kids Club.
Kids Club.
It opens at 7:45. It closes at midnight.
That's called Ice House.
Closes at midnight. 7:45 a.m.
Dang. Okay.
12 midnight.
Oh, okay. So it's all day long.
And every like half hour or every hour they have an activity.
Okay.
So I'll give you a little quick. So we dropped the kids off one time, and the activity they didn't care for.
Oh.
So you have an app. You have an app that basically says all of a sudden you get this notification that says that hey, your son wants to be picked up.
Oh, okay.
So, and we had a couple of classes for the adults that we kind of got to chill. So there was like a mixology class, whiskey tasting class, that kind of stuff.
Oh, not really classes, hangouts,
basically. Okay, yeah, where some guy or somebody is talking about like something, and or you could do like a tour. Like we did a tour of the ship, kind of thing.
Damn, how long did that take?
It's not very long.
Okay, they're all boat, water,
yeah. But it's like where did there's meaning behind why they did certain things in the boat and that kind of stuff.
Okay,
it's stuff to do, constantly stuff to do.
Right.
And at one point in time, they have all you can eat soft serve ice cream.
Ooh, ice cream
on the pool deck.
Okay.
And at one point in time, I counted my middle kid 5 ice cream cones. 5. I'm sure he had way more than that.
That guy's my spirit animal.
So like I kept looking over, and all of a sudden I was like, man, he's taking a very long time to eat that ice cream cone.
Ice cream? Did you see the effects I just put into it?
I did. That was pretty impressive.
Yeah, pretty impressive. Yeah. Dude, I mean, who doesn't love ice cream? I would have went back too. And then you guys.
No, I did. Don't get me wrong. I did too.
And you guys are probably not really watching them. He's just kind of like da da da.
Yeah. So it was more evident on day 2 that I was getting more annoyed because they were spinning like tops.
Okay.
Like the sugar is still like bleeding from them.
Okay.
So they're like twitching and they can't. The meltdowns were real.
They're all. I need another hit, man.
The meltdowns were real. So like, and then dinner, we had sit down dinners every night.
Okay.
And they don't just bring them like, oh, what would you like for dinner, sir? No, it's we're gonna bring you all 3 desserts.
Oh. Damn, Disney cruise, huh?
I mean, don't get me wrong, they know how to do it and they know how to handle the kids, but oh man, the aftermath of them handling the kids with all that sugar. Oh,
Yeah, and then like you got to go to the doctors, bro. Make sure there's no diabetes going on.
I mean, I gained 10 pounds.
I couldn't tell.
10 pounds.
I couldn't tell, bro. I couldn't tell.
So now I'm like back to trying to not eat.
Work out. Now Tommy's got to go hiking.
The day after, I kid you not, the day after, I was like, it was like 9 o'clock. I'm like, I'm kind of hungry.
I'm on boat time.
I'm on boat time.
Thanks, Disney.
I was like, what is going on?
What's the name of that? The law for the ocean? It's a maritime or something like that, or a law?
Maritime law.
Like Tommy's still out there. He's like, no, it's lunchtime out in the ocean.
It definitely is. It's a trip for those people that like you're out in the middle of the ocean, and if you're go out on deck and you look out, you're like, I don't see land.
I wouldn't do it. I can't. That's why I said I can't do it, bro.
It's a trip. It's definitely a trip.
Like at any moment, did you feel like, oh my God, I can't get the hell off of this boat? Like I need to get somewhere, and like you couldn't get to land
because every day we would dock.
Oh, okay.
So you could get off and touch, like you're touching land. You're like, okay, this is good. It was a trip though. The last day, so we left Ensenada, and it's almost like your ship's captain comes on, and they do this like little, it's almost like a ringtone, 100%. It's like a ringtone,
right.
And they're like, so we're cruising at longitude this, latitude that, and we're just basically gonna turn the boat in circles. It's basically what he was doing, just doing donuts out in the middle of the ocean.
Not that anyone is sick from the sea, but let's do some donuts.
And basically doing donuts to kill time because if we had left Ensenada, we would have been back in San Diego at the wrong time.
And you couldn't dock, probably.
And yeah, exactly. Yeah. So they basically had to do donuts throughout the day and then to time it just right when we can pull in.
I watch Below Deck, bro, so I know. I know a little bit about boating.
Same exact thing. Yes, it's the same exact thing. So yeah, it was, other than that, it was awesome. There was, like I said, you're at dinner, you get assigned a certain
Disney character?
No, it's a host.
Okay.
And that host follows you the whole.
Oh, they're kind of like your bell.
So, like, my son has celiac, so gluten free. This, so like, on Saturday we got home, and my son's like, "Where's my gluten free muffins? Like, where's the guy to bring my gluten?" Because they
you better call Tina.
As soon as they see you show up, they're like, Get his muffins, bring that, you know what I mean? So then, like, you're spoiled.
Oh, I kind of like that service,
though. Oh, it's legit.
So let me ask you this. This is trying to convince Tommy to go on a ship, on a cruise. Now, when you were in the boat, not on the outside, and the inside, did you feel like you were on a boat, or did you feel like is there always...
I'm not going to lie. You feel the movement.
Okay.
Yeah, you feel the movement. No, you always feel the movement.
No, I'm good then.
So, and then right before we left, it's Goddard luck. Right before we left, we had that big old earthquake.
Oh, yeah. I remember that.
You know how unsettling that is?
Was it bad out there?
At our house. No.
Oh, you were at the house.
We were getting all the kids ready and packing the car, and then it was like, I look at my wife and I was like, man, that's a weird jet flying low. Like, I haven't heard that sound. I haven't heard that kind of...
When did I move to Baker's Hill?
I haven't heard that kind of jet before.
Right.
And then the rumble, and then I was like, so I yelled, as I usually do, as if, like, I'm trying to announce something and no one else knows.
Fire!
Earthquake! And, of course, the kids are spooked at that point because it's, like, loud and it shakes and it rumbles. And now I look at my wife and I was like, aftershocks.
Yeah.
And now we're going to close the entire house for a couple days. All right, good luck, house. You know what I mean? Like that, constantly the whole day going through my mind, like, is there going to be another big earthquake as an aftershock?
No, there wasn't. There was like a little tiny rumble. That was Garrett's, our little one, his first.
And our kids too. I think our first big one.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's been like little ones. Yeah. Like, oh, I think that was an earthquake. Or, you know what I mean?
Yeah, he was sitting at the table eating, having a snack right on where we're at. But all of a sudden, like, I felt it.
It was kind of in the morning.
Yeah, I felt it come in, and I was like, what is that? And I thought, too, like, oh, is that a truck going by or something?
Yeah.
And I was just like, and it kept going. I'm like, oh. That's an earthquake. And then I looked at Garrett, and he was like, I think Travis at the table too. And we're just like, I'm all under the table now. And he's like, they were kind of like, for what? And I'm all, it's an earthquake. And we kind of all got underneath there. The dog was going too. So you know how the dogs get going. They kind of tell you before it comes.
I heard that at the safari park, San Diego Safari Park.
Oh, the elephants. What they
did that protective circle.
Yeah.
With all the young ones in the middle. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. So
why didn't my dogs do that?
Oh, right.
Why didn't my family do that?
Well, my dog barked like, hey. I thought she was just complaining that she wanted some food. But we survived. Everyone, the earthquake was good. Tommy had a good Disney cruise. Yep. You didn't get food poisoning.
Nope, didn't get sick.
No diarrhea, none of that good stuff. We don't have stories to tell for that.
No, now it's more of now that we're back in school and everything, now that I notice the kids are starting to get little sniffles.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's like week off, spring break. Yeah. And then now everybody comes back, haven't seen each other, dealing with different people, and now all of a sudden the sniffles start coming around.
Well, the doctors say, expect your kid who's in school to get sick at least 15, 20 times a year, man. Yeah. So it's just like, you're sick again. Suck it up.
yeah, literally.
No, man, we were good. We missed you. We were having a lot of fun on Easter. Were you guys back for Easter?
Yes, we were back.
You guys were back for Easter.
We had those days. Now I had to go back to work on Monday, but I had that weekend. So Saturday, Sunday, that was recovery days.
So you're getting ready to go.
Saturday was a huge recovery day.
Setting up your week for next week and kind of getting everything laundry,
getting all the kids like, okay, what's due? What didn't you do? Schoolwork. You know how it is. You got a week off, and then they sign these packets. Like, here's a spring break packet. You get a free prize if you do the packet, and it's like, do the packet.
That's stupid. I would never do it. I'm like, I don't want this dumb prize.
We made our kids do it.
Oh, that's mean.
Dare you?
That's mean. I would have been like, it's spring break, dude. Chill.
No, because having my wife be a teacher, she understands that the summer slide, they call it.
Oh, that's why.
That's why when your kids get back in school, they have to relearn the last semester.
Okay.
That first quarter, it's like a waste for teachers because they have to relearn that whole thing because they know kids have forgotten it.
We were at Sky Zone. We went to the beach one day. We went to go see the Minecraft movie, Chicken Jockey.
Yeah, I heard weird people going nuts over that.
Dude, the movie's great.
I heard the movie's great. I haven't personally seen it because if I were to go to the movies, I'd be spending $140.
Well, so they have these cool movie theaters and everyone's like, I'm excited. I'm telling people this about the movie theater, right? Like, and after I tell them this, and you guys will think this too after I'm done, is they go, "Oh, it's been like that for a long time." I went in and like there's like lazy boys for seats, and you get to kick your feet up and pull a little like table like over your lap, and like
they gotta get somebody somehow. They gotta get you in there,
dude. I almost fell asleep.
They gotta get you in there.
Oh my God, I love it. That's all the time I'm going to go see the movies. So now you're back in the mix, right? So you're handling stuff.
Yep.
Now you're getting prepared. What we like to do to get prepared for the week is set our schedules, set our dinner schedules, and kind of get food and stuff prepared for the week.
We like to fly by the seat of our pants.
That's dangerous, Maverick.
Always dangerous. Always dangerous. And it happens, it always leads to the same question. Well, the other thing too is that my wife cannot stand leftovers.
Okay.
Does not like leftovers.
Yeah, my wife doesn't eat leftovers
too
much.
But I will eat leftovers till the day I'm but I'm okay with the microwave. See, I think my wife doesn't like the microwave to reheat food.
Right.
We have defaulted to air fryer.
Okay.
Dad tip. The air fryer reheats food amazingly well.
Air fryers are bomb.
You just got to clean that thing.
Yeah.
Just remember, dads, clean it. Don't let your wife clean it. They mess up their nails because they're scrubbing like crazy.
What a good guy. What a good guy.
Oh, I forget too.
Well, today
she reminds me.
Today in our the wives are our brain, bro. Like,
I know, right?
If it wasn't for them, we would forget a lot of stuff.
Yeah, thanks. #moms.
Yeah,
love it.
Today we're gonna talk about something that happens to every family all the time, and our subject today, and it's episode 9. Oops, I forgot to defrost the chicken. What are we gonna do for dinner?
Yep.
So today we're going to talk a little bit about that. I know that's happened to me plenty of times, man. It's just like, what's your move? Where do you do? Do you go like extreme mode to get that piece of meat defrost, or what?
I'll give you a perfect example.
Yeah.
Okay, so I had yesterday. My daughter had tutoring, so right after school, my wife has to take her to tutoring.
Okay.
And we divide and conquer. So we got 4. I take 2. She takes 2. And the only reason I didn't take my daughter this time is because I had baseball practice.
Okay.
And I'm busy until 6 o'clock. She's done by 5-ish, and then she's got a race home, and then she's got to take my daughter to dance.
Okay.
Okay, so there is a very small window.
Short.
Very small window of
Smaller.
dinner. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Sure enough, I get done with baseball. I give her a call. What's for dinner?
Did you put the chicken out?
No.
You forgot to put the chicken out.
And so it's a scramble.
Uh-huh.
Okay, open the fridge. What do we got?
Yeah, you kind of do the open back, and then you look like this.
Yes.
Like,
open
scan.
both. Yeah, open the door and then just scan.
Unless you have one of those fancy
no, I don't. Are you kidding?
Things where you just hit the little screen and it tells you
you are out of eggs.
It tells you don't have shit in here.
It should be. You should be able to. Alexa, what can I make out of my fridge today?
It should say, or you go.
That would be a great idea.
They
LG, Samsung. No, it's like no. What do I make?
Oh, you can
based on what I have in here. Give me what I can make.
Well, you know they can do. They have that refrigerator where you can find a recipe. But you have to be or you have to be on point with it. Yeah, we have to be on with it with your groceries and stuff, right? What you put in there,
and then Instacart it from my refrigerator can't order for me.
No, but it'll tell you what you need for a recipe and be like, "Oh, you got this in your refrigerator because you added it in as you were shopping."
Oh, that's too much. You got to scan it like a barcode.
And then they'll tell you.
And then even better, you got to scan it, put it in one side, and it auto.
You're so like robots, bro. You're like one of Michael J. Fox at Back to the Future too.
I ain't got time for that.
Dude. Okay, so nobody does. But
right.
Yeah,
so
I get it.
You
so
scan
you scan the
refrigerator. And she's like, I don't know, nothing sounds good.
Nothing sounds good or looks good.
No, okay, nothing looks good.
Yeah.
Because it's all in raw form.
Right.
It's got to be transformed.
We got to make something.
And the mental transformation never happens.
Right.
So anyways, I'm like, okay, what do I do? I get home and I slide the freezer door because that's the default.
Right.
Right. There's no beef is defraud, so I can't have tacos. There's no chicken defraud. You can't throw it in a crock pot or anything. You know, it's like so there all that's out the window. Now I have a very small window. And so, thank you, Costco. I've got the Costco frozen pizza.
Okay.
Fire that up, throw it in there. Thank you, Costco again. I got taquitos. Open the air fryer, 7 minutes.
Nice.
I got eight taquitos and pizza ready to go last night.
Let's go.
Check it off the box.
Any fruit? Okay, let's just cut all this fruit up too. Okay, I love it too. I like that too. I like to have like a frozen pizza available or the Dino Nuggets.
Dino chicken nuggets.
You know, are always good. And my kids love pasta. So if I have a thing of pasta, I can put pasta together and find some protein. Now, can I ask you this? Without your chicken being thawed out, and if you're like,
okay, let's talk taco. Let's talk Taco Tuesday.
Okay.
This is what happens to me on Taco Tuesday.
All right, let's do it.
So it's taco day, taco night. And if, God bless my wife, she will usually take the beef, the ground beef, and she'll put it on a plate in the refrigerator.
Okay.
I'll get home and I'm like, there it is. Right? There it is, ready to go. Pull it out, you know. But a lot of times too, if it's in the morning, you pull it out from frozen and you put it in the refrigerator.
It's still gonna be frozen.
It's still gonna be frozen. But I've also done the panic mode where none of us put it out. What do we do now? Yeah. So I have done, and I will take it, open the ground beef, put it in the pot, put the lid on it, you know, shake it around, lift it.
Because shaking it helps it.
Scrape that top layer, flip.
Oh my
scrape,
God.
Flip, scrape until it's ground.
You're like, what are these little burnt pieces of hamburger meat in my
I actually, dad lad tip, if you've done this before,
I have.
You have to watch it very carefully. It can't be too hot. Right. It can't be too cold. I have. So it has to be warm enough, and that's where the lid comes in because the steam and everything gets on both sides, and you have to constantly flip and scrape.
We all been there. I've done that too. I've gotten the
we upgraded
the smasher.
So we upgraded this little like handle, and you'll hear it because it's like
it's frozen. So and dads are like harder.
Yes. And I've done this. I hope you can relate. You have the spatula, and the spatula is kind of wonky, right? But you have the upgraded spatula that's the masher, basically. Right. And I'll be pushing down on it so hard. Piece fling.
Oh yeah. Sorry. Whoops. Right back in there.
You look around real quick. Did anybody see that? Nope. Put that back in there.
Because that's what I was going to ask. Like, would you go that route to be able to cook frozen meat? Because I know some people will throw frozen chicken into the oven.
Okay, so I've done that once, and I didn't like how it tasted.
Disgusting.
I will not do that again because I'm like, oh, there's a defrost button on my microwave.
But that's even worse, dude. I think defrosting stuff in the microwave is disgusting.
I did it once, and I'll never do it again.
Let's see.
And that's why I do the
the cook
straight part because
this cook and
it
smash.
Just didn't. It. At first, I'm like, oh, I got this defrost thing, signed, sealed, delivered. This is easy peasy. No, it just doesn't taste right.
No,
you pull it out of the microwave, it's like
it's more,
and then it's like I just radiated.
It's tougher too. Like the skin starts to squeeze in together.
Yeah, it's like soft or chewy, or it just has a weird. As soon as you microwave it, it has a weird consistency.
You're like, dude, what is this? A 7-Eleven chicken?
I try to avoid the microwave, but then I think of myself. I think back in my younger Tommy South, and I'm like, I used to microwave hot dogs.
You did
as a kid, like when I was younger, and I'm like, all the microplastics and carcinogens that are in my body from and then of course the microwave's got those little things you can't see in the microwave, so you have to get up real close to get that your brain right so you can right into your eye so you can see it.
Tommy's gonna be blind at 56.
That's so
you don't want to go out, right? So you don't go out, you try to get whatever you can in the kitchen to be able to make.
So my wife was like she dropped my daughter off. The pizza was almost done. The taquitos were done. She looked at it and she says, when you go pick up our daughter from
grab me a burger.
Go grab me some Yogurtland.
But she's like, I want tacos. This is not tacos.
She wanted Yogurtland.
Okay.
Yeah, she looked around and she's like, no, I'm not going to do pizza or taquitos.
Yeah. And sometimes it's hard like that, and we've done that too.
The other thing, this is the one thing don't get me wrong. Oven does a great job cooking pizza.
Yeah, it does.
Air fryer does a great job. It comes out lava.
Yeah.
So the downtime that you have to wait for it to cool off, that's the bummer.
Yeah.
Because I pulled the taquitos off. I gave three to my one kid, and he's like, I basically had to drench it in salsa. And he's eating it with salsa because taquitos and salsa, right?
Yeah.
With pizza with ranch, but a little bit. And it's lava hot. So you're like, why aren't you eating your food? I just cooked you.
Hurry up! You gotta go to bed.
We gotta get a bath, and you gotta go to bed. Right. It's hot, and you're like, ugh.
See, I can't eat pizza when it's cool. I'll take the burn broth back.
Yeah, I do, and then the roof of your mouth, and then you're rolling your tongue on the top of your mouth.
But see, the mouth is the quickest thing to heal. It'll be good to go tomorrow morning.
I agree with you.
It'll be good to go tomorrow morning.
I hear you on that one.
So if you go, hey, all right, nothing to go on. We don't have pizza. We don't have taquitos. Mm-hmm. We're going out.
Yeah, you have to go out.
What's your go-to?
It's hard. The kids love McDonald's. It's easy. It's fast. You get a cheeseburger. Actually, we've the McDouble value meal.
Yeah.
Because you get a McDouble, you get 4 chicken nuggets, and you get a drink.
Okay.
For like $5.
Okay, that's not bad.
I refuse to do Happy Meals and all that stuff because it's way too expensive. Over $10 for one Happy Meal that they're not gonna. No, it's not gonna fly.
It's not even food.
It's not even food. Yeah. So, and then I do like the Taco Bell every once in a while, but we've exhausted that. So we did like 2 nights of what are we gonna do? Taco Bell.
Yeah.
And then 2 nights of that. Forget about it. You're done for about a month.
Yeah, I'm a big either like if we're gonna get a burger, In-N-Out.
In-N-Out.
In-N-Out's the
But
bomb.
the line, dude, the line.
The line's on.
That's the other reason why we don't do In-N-Out very often. It's because the line, that and Chick-fil-A. It's like
and Money Pit. Money Pit's really good.
Okay.
It's kind of like a Tom, so Money Pit's good. Or straight up Mexican food, baby. Let's go.
Yeah, so we do, because it's quick and you know what you're gonna get.
Yeah, because you're not trying to go out to eat, and you're not trying to sit down and spend a bunch of money.
Yep.
Like nowadays, I wish that well, remember back then we used to go out to eat like somewhere like that, Mexican food or like Money Pit or something like that.
It's never a sit down like.
No, and it would be like maybe $20, $30. Now you're like $40, $50. So on a fly to where you didn't defrost your food for your meal, like you don't want to be spending $100-something that night. That's not the point of cooking dinner. Like you messed up.
Yeah,
we're in a pinch.
Yeah, you can't. Like my wife and I sat us down and we're like, we can't Uber anymore because it's like $95.
Oh my gosh, dude, no.
But that's when it's all said and done. You've got your delivery, you've got your food, and then all of a sudden on top of that, you gotta tip.
And there's a charge too.
Yeah. So
So those are your spots. So those are your spots you like to go, like on a pinch, like practice. Like say you have practice, and you're like, oh my god, we didn't do anything. Like there's no dinner prepared already. Like, is there or an after school event? Is there something you would do differently?
If I had time, it'd be But the problem is that a lot of my kids like. They want dino chicken nuggets, mac and cheese.
Bed, right? Quick.
That's all they want.
Boom, bed.
So it's hard because you're like, you need exposure. You need like vegetables. You need fruit. You need more food than this giant protein and carbs. So it's difficult. But when you go out, the only vegetable they get is a tomato and lettuce on a burger.
Pickle, right?
Or a pickle, you know. So you go out, you don't have those options, or you're paying an arm and a leg.
Or fried potatoes.
Yeah, it's like not.
It's not good,
not good.
Right, and what we like to use here too. My wife is good with yogurts and making little parfaits for the boys, and that's been very helpful with like treats afterward because I always want treats afterwards. Like, dude, we never got treats after freaking dinners. Like, treats after a dinner, like it was special. It was probably somebody's birthday.
Yeah, that was it, or had leftover cake from somebody's birthday.
Yeah. It's just not automatic, not automatic treat time.
Yeah, and our kids kill all the treats. I mean, we barely have any treats left over from Easter.
Seriously, I eat them.
I wish.
I got caught the other day eating the Easter candy from my boy.
I can't find my wife hid them, and I can't find them.
See, she's gonna hide the kids soon because she's like,
"Stop! Where are they?"
She's like, "Stop eating the kids' candy from Easter. They went and hunted for the eggs." I said, "I helped him too."
That's great.
Yeah. What kind of restaurants do you avoid though? When you want to go to do a quick
anything that has caused previous pain.
Yeah, or long lines, like you said.
Long lines, stomach issues.
Yeah. And sit down places, right?
Sit down, you can't do sit down places. I mean, I feel for those sit down places, but
unless you want a beer or something, you're like, it's been a long one.
No,
let's go.
I mean, it's not even worth it because it's like you're tired at that point, and you're like, you need to relax and unwind. You want to take your shoes off. You know what I mean? Like, and the kids are like, if you've got some sort of dinner like prepping, you can tell them to go take a shower and get ready.
Yeah.
Then they're one step closer to bed at that point.
Yeah.
It's so much easier. If you're out somewhere, you got to wait on the, waiter or waitress. You got to wait for that food to come out. There's so many things, so many variables that can make it last. Next thing you know, you're getting home. It's 8:00. You're late, and especially if it's a school night. No, it's not going to work. You can't sit down.
No, you can't do that at all. No. All right. Well, that's good. Should we do some rapid questions?
Let's do it.
Let's do some rapid questions.
Yep.
I got to make sure I find ones that we don't repeat them. You know what I mean?
I hope not.
So I think I have one here that I think we should be good.
Okay.
Okay. With going out to eat and what we just kind of talked about, how do you approach teaching your kids about money and financial responsibilities?
That one I think doesn't resonate with kids until they actually. So I'm gonna go back to birthday money, Christmas money, stuff that they get. Most kids the money is burning a hole in their pocket.
Okay.
They're not going to realize it until, it's more of making good decisions.
Yes.
And taking care of their stuff. That's, I think, is more important at a younger age. When they're older, then it's like, yeah, learn how to manage your money. And even, I mean, I have problems managing money sometimes too. It's like,
yeah, I know, right?
We all have issues, and it's like we all have bills or unexpected things that, all of a sudden you're like, whoa, where'd that come from? It's more of like separating I actually had this conversation with my dad not too long ago. I think it was over Easter. Separating a want and a need, because I asked my dad the same thing, like, how did you handle it when we were kids? It's like,
yeah,
he would ask my brother and I, is this a need or is this a want?
Right.
Because it usually falls in the want category, and if it falls in the want category, it should be good enough to be put on a list, a Christmas list, a birthday list, something like that.
Or something to work towards.
A need is like toothbrush, toothpaste, like, lights, like stuff
common
like
spending stuff.
Yeah, common spending stuff. So you gotta prioritize that over and then when a kid understands, I need new shoes because mine's got holes in them.
Yeah.
That is a need over I want these brand new sneakers.
Right, right.
Your shoes are perfectly good now. When they get worn down, then you can start thinking about what that next level is.
Yes, then we're going to need that.
But then it breaks it down once that happens, and that's what I kind of do with my kids too. It's like I'm trying to say, we have a lot of hand-me-downs in our family.
Yes.
So it's like, if you take good care of your shoes, your brother can benefit, your sister can benefit,
right?
And it just passes it down.
Right, right. Yeah, I'm the same way when it comes to teaching my kid financial responsibilities. It's like, he works for some of his money and he does umpiring stuff, and he goes, oh man, that was kind of tiring, but you're enjoying the Snickers bar you bought yourself.
Exactly.
Or he wants a Roblox money or whatever it is.
Robux,
and he comes over and he goes, hey, I got a $5, Dad. Will you buy these for me? So we taught him like the stuff that, like you said, he wants.
Yeah.
Like if he has the cash for it, we'll do it. But like we always say, you know what? Not this time. If he doesn't have the cash, and he usually doesn't question it. The little one is like, man, I want it. Like, come on, why not? But why can't I have it?
That's at a younger age. They still don't understand the different want versus a need.
Right. So I'm like, we'll get there. Well, like to him, it's like I tell him, well, you can't have too much of something, or like let's save a little, or wait for a special time, my guy.
Yeah.
But my oldest boy, he's really good at saving his money and only spending it when he really needs to.
It's easier to do in the individual mindset.
Yeah.
Very difficult to do as soon as you have to expand on that.
Yeah.
So like if you have roommates or if you have, because the peer pressure is real.
Right. Oh my God. It's so
and that's one thing that I know. You go out with your buddies, you have a beer.
Yeah.
Well, okay, then let's get another round. Okay, 2 rounds in. Now let's get another round, right? It's everybody's at a different place. So it's like, okay, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
It makes it difficult, and they gotta understand that too.
That kind of actually segues into our next rapid question, our last one here.
Okay.
Is how do you encourage your kids to be independent while still being supportive?
Independence is difficult because I like to tell my kids, I try to tell them how lucky they are that they have siblings, because there's a lot of kids out there that are single,
by themselves,
right? They don't have siblings.
Nobody to play with.
And I tell them all the time, they will always have their siblings.
Okay.
Like they can't shake a sibling. Like, what is it? Friends, blood, that kind of stuff. Like, it's they will always have a bond with this person, their sibling.
Okay.
And they have to have their own individual personalities and thoughts and feelings and this, that, and the other thing. But then they also have to get along. And so we do a lot of, figure it out. That person has this want, but then they need to figure out how that's going to play well with others.
Right.
Because you can't, there's jealousy is real. You know, you have to share. As soon as you have one thing, somebody else is going to want it,
Right.
you know, or at least time with it. That's the other thing. It's like you can lay certain ground rules of, okay, you can play with my, you know, football, but don't put it in water. Don't do this with it. Don't kick it on the roof.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I want.
But some kids go too far with those little rules with their thing.
But that's kids. They
Yeah.
they try to impose rules, especially in games and stuff like that
Yeah.
they play, because they want to. They think they're making it fair, but yet it's becomes completely unfair.
Some of the ways I help my oldest boy be more, encourage him to be more independent, is having him take more responsibility for his own quarters.
Yeah.
You know, like knowing that, hey, like I'm not getting on you to clean your room every day, but to have a nice room feels good when you come home and you're like,
Yeah.
Okay, we're all situated. With his homework, it's like, hey, you gotta get your homework, done. But you're like, you know what, bro? Like if I was you, I would smash all this out,
Yeah.
get it done. Like I'm trying to get him ready for the real world. Like even some of the body languages he uses
Well, we're trying
as a teenager, I'm like, hey, I understand you feel that way, my guy, but like maybe when you get older and you kind of act like that at a certain age, like so you might get fired over it. You know?
and that's what we're trying to teach my eldest son too. Is like it's appearance.
Yeah.
Because he thinks it's, you know, at his age he's, you know, preteen, so he throws stuff together and just walks out the door.
Mhm.
He's not coordinating the how I look is how other people perceive me, is how other people might think that I am feeling.
Right.
And we're trying to, you know, teach him that, like, hey, your shoes are untied, your shorts look like they're on backwards, but your shirt's untucked.
You don't smell clean.
And it's like, you know, he goes through the motions. He knows what he needs to do, but the clothes look all frumpy.
Yeah.
They look all, you know, I mean, it's like if you look a certain way, people will, I hate to say it, people will treat you a different, you know, different way.
Yeah.
And we try to tell him too is that don't give the appearance that you look lazy.
Yeah.
Like look like you are somebody that is successful. Look like someone that you got your stuff together, like because
you got up and had a real morning.
Exactly. I just read an article today that said one of the best mornings to have is a slow morning.
Yeah.
Like where it takes you time, where you're not rushed.
Yeah, but your butt's got to get up earlier.
I mean, yes, that's
morning.
Well, and that's what we're trying to teach my son is like, hey, if you want to have a better morning, go to bed earlier.
Yeah.
Like you have to plan way more in advance than just waking up early.
And I'm in the same boat with my kids, so we're kind of like already kind of trying to guide these guys and encourage them to independence, even though you got a whole high school season to go through. But I feel like in high school is when you start really putting those
I think that's when it starts to click,
into motion, right?
Well, because that's when, you know, they're full teenagers. They think they know everything, but then they're so influenced by their peers. And that's the one thing that I think we haven't had yet because of the preteens. They're still like naive to it. You know, they may not have been exposed yet to it.
But you're prepping already for it.
Yes. Yeah, because you don't want to helicopter them and pluck them out of that situation. You don't want to scare them either, but it's like, you know, hey, you're gonna, you know,
see some stuff.
Certain things are gonna happen to your body. You're gonna feel different, and it's like, hey, you got to be on top of it.
Yeah.
Instead of being behind it, right? You don't want to be late to the party, and then all of a sudden have everybody kind of make fun of you because of it.
If information is key, appropriate to age.
Yeah, it's the same thing with anything. Like you know, you should be. I think you should be telling your kids certain things age appropriately.
Yeah.
100% age appropriate.
I love it.
Yes.
Well, Dad Labs, that's another great episode. You know, a little bit about some dinner stuff. What do you do? When you're in a panic, you didn't defrost the chicken, and some rapid questions. That had a good one, huh?
Yeah, that was a good one.
What do we need from these people to do for us, man?
We need you to watch the videos. We need you to like and subscribe.
Yes. Also Facebook, Instagram.
Yep, on our page.
Spotify.
Yes, add us.
We're all there, and we're having fun, man.
Yeah.
We're going to do this again.
Let's do it.
Right on. All right, Dad Labs, we're out, baby. You guys have a good one. Let's go.